Welcome back, everybody. We have another finals gameplay video for you guys from Wayward City Games. Jeff, first gameplay video in the new studio.
Yes, absolutely.
Here we
How
go.
exciting is this? I love the setup you gave me. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all for you, man.
It is. Thank you. You know, I'm kind of a big deal around here.
It is true. So this week,
However, not a big of a deal enough to be featured in this week's final video.
I am in this week's final video.
You are. You are indeed. For those of you wondering, he is on the right-hand side of your screen.
Yes, this week we have my UlforceVeedramon deck against another one of our amazing players at Wayward City Games, playing Blue Flare.
Yes.
This was a matchup I was not ready for. He was not ready for. We were like, we're going to throw this coin in the air and see what happens, because I don't think either of us have tested said decks against each other.
Yeah, like enough.
Because how would you ever think this would end up together? But this was a lot of fun. We kind of teased it in the last Two Tamers talk. If you guys haven't checked that video out, it came out yesterday. And if you haven't liked, commented, subscribed, we did some analytics, and only 65% of the people, not only, but only 35% of the people that watch these videos are subscribed. So the other 65% of you guys, jump on board, hit subscribe, hit the bell. We do videos, try and do them every other day, if not more.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these are some of the fun ones. Tonight, this is how our locals concluded. I think we had almost 20 players tonight.
It was a great
turnout for the end of a format. Usually the end of formats are...
The fact that we got some new players,
Yes.
the fact that we got some of our diehards, the fact that we got, a wonderful mix. So
Yeah, so this was the last of the undefeateds at the end of 4 or 5 rounds. It was a long night. Yeah, so I'm on the right playing
Blue
Ulforce
Flare on the
Veedramon.
left.
Yes. I was playing Ulforce because that's what I'm playing BT12, and I'm very excited about it.
Oh, yeah, you're
so
getting the deck ready.
Getting this thing tuned, knocking the rust off of it, getting it ready for that real nice, just 2-card edition top end. I'm not going to spoil the deck list for you today because we're going to do a deck profile. So check that out. Stay tuned. We'll have a link in the bio, or in the description when that comes out. But here we go. So I believe Blue Flare goes first. This is the first game. Very interesting matchup. I think I struggled with the mulligan on this one. I think I did not. No, I didn't mulligan. I kept this turn. Yep.
It's hard because sometimes you're sitting there getting your deck ready, right? Okay, good. Turn one. Now this is about, right? So Blue Flare, letting them go first.
Oh, I was
because
stoked
they're
about
gonna
this play.
give you 5 memory.
Stoked.
On turn 1 they're gonna play Blazing Memory Boost.
Love it.
Which,
I was super
of course,
stoked about
as
it.
a Blue Flare fan like I am, right? Like it's the right turn 1 play to make.
Yeah,
But
if
giving your opponent 5 is
especially
so
Ulforce,
much.
If as an Ulforce player, if you have 5 memory, you can get from nothing into an
all the way up
Ulforce.
to the level 6. Yeah.
Yeah, with 5
But you know what
memory.
this reminds me of, and I know this is gonna touch you close too, right? It's being a Mega Zoo player.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you're going first, you give your opponent 10 and they just have their opening hand, and they may not have a bunch of moves to make with the opening hand.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Blue Flare, Blazing Memory Boost is only 5, and it's not nearly as extreme, and it does so much more for them than hard dropping a 10 cost vanilla, right?
So this is me right here searching hard. I am trying to find my pieces. So that's the best thing. It's one of the good things that Ulforce does, is it really rewards you with great searching pieces.
Yeah.
You have your Davis. You have that Veedramon that searches 2 pieces for 3. You also have Blue Memory Boost. And so I am trying to so hard. I'm just going to give you guys an insight. I don't have a level 6. I don't have one of the 4 pieces I need to do what this deck needs to do to win. So this deck, if you don't get Ulforce, you don't win.
Especially when the opponent, got the Gaussmon deletion going for free, was able to play the Greymon, get outstanding search, get all the pieces they need set up to hand so early in the game. Like, yeah, you may be looking at your opponent's board being like, wow, they don't have a Tamer on board ready to save. But look how much search they've gotten. Look how much, on play. Yeah, like there's a Metal Greymon. That's insane.
Yep. And then that locks down the Veedramon.
Yeah.
Which I was not ready for. Like I said, I have not played this matchup before. So I was like, oh, cool. Because usually when you play that Veedramon turn 1, you're like, cool, that's 1 easy check, right?
Yep.
On your next opponent's turn. Because they're not going to be able to do anything turn 1 to either kill it or stop it. But nope, he definitely was.
Yeah, the Metal Gray is insane like that.
And then here comes the Gaussmon doing all those shenanigans where they're going to be able to play the level 4s and just keep going. So my biggest hope here is like I already have my stack, right?
Yeah, you're ready to go. Look at all those inheritables.
Yep. That's a pretty good stack. That's almost the best stack with the exception of the Vmon. Like you want the EX1 Vmon in that stack to be like your god stack. But you want Renas in hand, you need a Ulforce in hand. I don't have the Ulforce. So it becomes to the point where it's like you don't promote that and do the AeroVeedramon search because that's going to bottom deck your Ulforce, right? So right now I'm looking for Digimon. So, I mean, it's one of the best searchers in the game. And
I can't believe you hit two tamers there. That's insane to me.
Yep. Here we go. It's just a matter of time. So if I can find that Ulforce, I can do some stuff. There's Rena. The best thing about that Rena is it makes that Vmon a blocker. So, which is kind of a really cool secondary effect, on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, you almost want to think of that.
Yeah. So very cool. So saves me a check, I believe. Yeah. So I'm not going to let him get that check in because if he gets that check in, then he has lethal on board next turn unless I do something about it. So, and I'm still relying on luck to help me pull one of those 4 Ulforce that I have in the deck. He still has a blazing memory boost on board. It's just not looking good. And then he just, that's the key here.
Finally gets that tamer down, right? Yeah. So now he can material save. So now he can save, right? Be able to reuse those resources. The thing against Ulforce, though,
is like you can't save against bouncing. So when you bounce, they don't get to save.
Not,
so
right?
I think that's why this is really, I don't want to say a coin flip. This is literally just like who has more experience, right? So you don't need 2 Davis. I'm literally trying to draw cards here. So nice to get the Kuma, so I'm like, do I swing against the Gauss and have him play a level 4 out for free?
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Like on your opponent's turn, it's fine, but on your turn, it's like, well, then he can just restand it and use it against me anyway. So what's the point, right?
Well, what I like about the Kuma play, right, is the fact that, you were able to remove a resource that they were going to material save.
Which are very important in Blue
That's
Flare,
what Metal Greymon does, right? They're going to hard play that, hopefully for only 3 memory by having both of the sources ready to go. So good move there for sure.
Yeah, like I said, didn't have the level 5, so all I could do was try and make that body bigger and try and distract him to the point where he's not hopefully going to kill me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like maybe he's trying to freeze me or, do something. But I mean, he's got the blazing memory boost. He's got 3 bodies on board. I have 3 security. So hoping for some more security magic here.
Okay.
And then,
Metal Greymon X Antibody. I love that tech. I'm a huge fan of it.
2 checks. Yep. Then he gets the first game.
There's game 1.
That's game 1. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. You didn't get your 6.
I did not get a 6.
It's not ogre yet.
It's not ogre till it's ogre,
It's
right?
not ogre. It's never ogre.
All right, guys. We're going to pause it for all the shuffling, and we'll catch you back here in just a sec. All right, here we go. Game 2. I chose to mulligan. He did not.
Yeah.
We'll see how this works out.
Love that flexibility of the mulligans, right?
Yeah. So I think he digivolved into a Gauss. I chose him to go first. I think he digivolved into a Gauss and he hard played one at the same time, which is terrifying.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's terrifying.
But I did get turn 1 rookie, the optimal rookie. And then I got the secret rare. Like, look at him. He had to check it.
One Veedramon. Like, I've never seen that card before. What does that do?
3? Are you kidding me? Yeah. No, that card is a 1 of in the deck, and it has worked out very well for me.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that.
Is it BT1? I think it is BT1.
BT1, yep. It was the secret of BT1 as well as the virus Metal Greymon back then.
So swings and unsuspends by itself. So already, look at this. Turn 1, I have a full setup for an Ulforce.
Mm-hmm.
With plus
God,
DP.
that's devastating.
Yeah.
That's devastating.
Fastest turn.
Well, I think you want effective memory usage.
So I had two. I think I had 2 Ulforce in hand. Look at this. And so you suspend, you get all the tamers. I had 2 Ulforce in hand. I was just looking for looking for Renas. So able to go into that. Easy choice here, hard play. That for free, unsuspends. Able to bounce both Gaussmons.
Ooh. That's devastating.
That felt great.
You know how far back you set him with that one move?
It felt great. I'm not going to.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the strength of that 2-cost or that dual color tamer.
Yeah, the blue-red. Sure.
You unsuspend during your main phase, you get to actually do some fun stuff. So he played.
It doesn't even say main phase. It just says when you unsuspend.
Yeah. So he played two more rookies.
Yep. Got you with the Veedramon, man. Yep. You're not gaining memory.
Not gaining memory. I think that's kind of where he was. He didn't want me gaining memory. But I think in my inheritables, I really only had one Digimon that gained me. Yeah. The level 3 gains me 1.
Gotcha.
So he'll be able to prevent 1 when I.
So that's not like horrible.
But not with Arena.
You know.
The Arena does not. He can't prevent the Arena. So I played the Arena for 3. Used the Arena. So I swung. Used the Arena. Played a Davis. Unsuspend. And then bounced both of them back.
Jeez. That's just overkill.
So I did get the memory from the Arena because Madoki does not stop that. He was technically on the board at the time of the bounce or of the unsuspend, so I didn't get the memory gain off of the Veedramon. But the Davis effect did go off, and I was able to grab some more pieces. Nice. I still got.
I mean, getting the Ulforce off that early—that's insane.
Yeah. Kind of intimidating to play those dual tamers out because he gets to gain. Those are kind of like the analog men of blue flare, cross, whatever, any cross deck.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even rule out a Death X.
Yeah.
In your opponent's deck, right? Like the fact that you have so many tamers on board, you're just asking for it, right?
Yep. Swing for another check. There's that Vitae. Pass turn at 1 and unsuspend.
Wow, what a good move.
Blocker, evade.
I mean, the fact that they gave Ulforce all of those keywords, the fact that it does it all is insane to me, man.
So here he goes with this analog man kind
of
stuff, just tucking. And I'm like, what can you tuck? Because he tucked the Gaussmons underneath because they are blue flare.
Oh, man, he's desperately looking. Yeah. He's looking for pieces.
Draw, gain. Because I thought I was doing well, putting him at 1.
Yeah.
Without a memory setter, but I thought he had to tuck like actual
but
save
the fact
pieces.
That like he had to tuck those indicates, right? Like what he's missing, what he's looking for.
I got a pretty good board state on right now. He's got 3 security left. I got 2 swings without any shenanigans, right? So he's trying to figure out. Okay, so Ice Wall.
Ooh, Ice Wall. That's a fan favorite around here.
Madoki Beta, so I'm not going to get that Veedramon again. Yep. Counting cards in hand. Because I get 1 memory, I think, off of. I think he already
8 cards that you have. 8 cards.
Yeah, so I went to 3, and then he already gave me the 4 because I have 8 in hand. So I get 1 more off the dual color tamer, which is technically at the start of main phase, right? So I'm just trying to figure out, like, can I go for lethal here right off the bat?
And pay that 2 memory from the Ice Wall.
Right, yeah. So I'm like, do I want to be bigger here? Because I already have I got the 1K from the 3-cost Digivolve, the BT1, right?
Yep.
I'm like, I need to be big. Just because I'm afraid. I don't know what I'm going to hit. It's like it's always the debate, like, do I get bigger or do I draw a card, So play this Oranjo for free. Bounce the Madoki and that. So clear his board again because of the dual color tamer. And then what do I do? But the Soren Joe has come in so clutch, especially against floodgates and stuff.
I mean, the fact that you have 5 unique tamers on board with that deck, that's insane. I mean, like, we're still in the early stages. Yes, you're about to win the game, right? But, like, there really hasn't been that many turns.
No, this was a fast,
really
this
fast
was a fast
game
series,
for sure.
Yeah. I just didn't want to lose 2-0. So once again, pass turn.
You were
one.
feeling motivated, right?
Yeah.
Like good, efficient memory use for sure. Right?
So,
yes, they're able to use those the triple tamers.
But once again, pass turn with the tie at 1. So, I mean, doing a lot of work to get him to go to 3, right? Like he had to have the right pieces to do that.
Yeah.
They scooped.
Yep, he knew it.
So we went to game 3. So
game 3, man, that's awesome.
So 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and then 1-1 going into game 3 for the finals. This was
that's the best part about playing in Digimon, right? Like you always want to play as many games as you can against as many different decks as you can. So the fact that game 3, let's go.
All right, we're gonna let this shuffle up, and then we'll watch the final match. Unpaused and go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, game 3.
Yeah,
against Blue Flare. We're talking the finals. All of the marbles.
Yeah,
about to be yours. You're about to have a bunch of marbles. What is going through your head, right? Because game 1, right? Like we all saw it. I think we all agree you had a very good chance had you gotten your Ulforce.
Yeah,
you were literally just searching desperately for your pieces. So what are you gonna do game 3 to make that difference? Or are you just hoping they cut you better? What are you thinking? What's going through your head?
Hoping for a good hand, hoping for good searches,
Yeah.
hoping that I'm not going to play into what that deck does. Because honestly, like we talked about, not a lot of playtesting experience this
against
format.
Blue Flare.
A little rusty against Blue Flare. I mean, that's BT10, right? BT11, we didn't see a whole lot of Blue Flare.
2, 3, 4, 5 sets ago,
Yeah,
whatever.
talking
Who knows
against-
at this point?
I guess you're talking like with the EX3, you're talking 2 sets ago, right? So
yeah,
it's
of course.
been a little bit.
It has been a little bit.
But been seeing the list and stuff like that. So obviously just trying to stay up to date and trying to remember the cards I've already seen in the previous 2 matches and hoping that I can keep up.
Okay. So what do you think Blue Flare's thinking? What do you think Blue Flare's thinking of going against you in the mirror?
I think that
in the matchup, right?
In the color mirror, I think that they're hoping that I either brick or play into what they need.
So assuming you had every piece you need, you think Blue Flare has a chance against you? Like, is there something that they can? I mean, like that's how I feel too, right? Like they should be able to have that pretty good chance, that pretty good opportunity for sure.
Yeah, it is tricky because it depends on how big they can go in one turn. Whereas Ulforce relies on building a stack, in raising and waiting for them to make their move. If they don't make their move first, without you having your pieces, it's tricky. It's a very tricky matchup because with the cross and everything, like I don't have any way to stop them from crossing and doing crazy things or gaining memory with those tamers, and so I can set them to 1 all I want, but
then they have Blazing Memory Boost. They have Kira,
and it's always a disadvantage
the triple
in
tamer.
the third match to go and to not choose who goes first, right?
Yeah, because you want that. You want
to be able to choose. And I would definitely choose to go second in this match because
so they hope they give you 5, right? Or they give you 4 or whatever with the Blazing Memory.
I didn't feel bad because I started out with a decent stack. I mean, I got the best level 3, the best level 4. Like those are all ideal for this setup. But he also got 2 Gaussmons right out of the gate, which is rough. Very, very rough. So I'm just going straight into my level 5. I believe I have the Ulforce in hand. Yep.
2 Gauss, risking it, of course.
Yep. Which I don't feel terrible about because I got a 7K coming out of raising that can swing over potentially whatever they put on top of that Gauss. Hopefully, if they do. Because I want that level 5 to be suspended when I go into that Ulforce that I have in hand,
Yeah.
So I don't think I would want to check security, but he gets to grab,
Grab the Blazing Memory Boost and the Triple Tamer instead of the Greymon and the other card.
Yep. But right now I feel pretty good. I got a great stack on board. I'm honestly hoping that that was a 1K against 1K battle.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm hoping that there's that Blazing. Honestly, I'm hoping that when he swings in security that he's going to hit one of my many, many tamers in this deck.
Yeah, start setting you up ahead of time, right?
But fortunately, he did not. Because the more tamers I have on board on my turn, the higher level I can bounce.
Yeah,
with.
like the more setup you are
Yeah.
ready to go. And I think, that's the strength for sure, right? In this blue versus blue matchup. You have material save, you have save, you have all these things that you want to do. You want to get these tamers, you want to get the bodies underneath the tamers.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, right, he had no tamer on board to save that Greymon.
Yeah, so that's why I got rid of it.
So it's like a waste,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Whereas, you have the ability to bounce with your Ulforce, so they can't material save.
I'm gaining memory. I'm doing all the fun stuff. I'm like, you got a nice early board advantage.
God, Ulforce is insane. The fact how that works.
Rena, gain 1 memory for the new Rena. Unsuspend. I feel really good at this point.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at that.
Yeah.
You have 2 Renas. You got the Ulforce on stack. You've cleared their board. They don't have Christopher on board. Kihira, whatever you want to call him.
So I go boom, boom. I feel like I can. Next turn, I have this. Right?
Oh, look at you. You went wide. You committed.
I went wide.
You totally committed with those Veedramons like that, too, didn't you?
Yep. I was like, I'm going to go wide. I got next turn. Like, how early is this? What is it? Was that turn 3 or turn 4?
Turn 3, turn 4. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
I was
Super
like,
early.
oh, yeah. My confidence level is super high because I'm like, oh, look at this. I got so many. I think I have a tamer or 2 in my hand. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I can. Next turn, I got 5 or 6 swings.
Cracking my memories for 5. Still having to play 5.
There he goes. So he stunned both the Veedramons. When he swings, he gets to stun the Ulforce. Because I have 3 bodies on board.
Because you got greedy.
I did.
And played multiple bodies.
I did indeed.
Which I know why you did it. I feel like I would have done the same thing.
It is a rookie move against Blue Flare. Because honestly, I don't play against it a lot.
Because 3 is the magic number for him.
I didn't. Yep.
Guess what? You'll never forget that.
I will never. Forget that.
Anytime you go against Blue Flare, you'll be ready.
Never. Man, I felt like I had this game in the bag.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, he froze my entire board, and I even asked him like, "That's for my turn too, right?" He's like, "Yep." I'm like,
he's
cool.
like, "Gotcha."
Yeah. Yep.
I think he was baiting you. He must have put those thoughts in your head to just hard play Veedramons.
No, he's a great player. I was super excited. I mean, I didn't feel bad. It was totally my lack of experience and stuff. So he just plays another body because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you, right?
So I don't get another. So I went, Kuma, strip.
I like that
so
move.
You can't do it again.
I like that move for sure.
Can't do it again. So take that source.
What's
away.
crazy because blue gets the ability to just completely lock opponents, whereas yellow is like security attack minus.
Yeah, so you can still
so you can still attack into bodies.
Yeah, if I could still suspend in any way, I would pop off because I would be able to use all kinds of effects. But thought I had it on board, but just that lock ability was brutal. That being said, I think I have 2 Renas on board.
Yep.
I have none in my hand. Look at that. So I passed turn at 1 to be like, I'm going to give you the least amount of memory possible to do what you want to do.
Yep.
Hopefully, if he hits a Rena insecurity,
where you get a blocker,
it turns my Ulforce into a blocker.
Yeah.
Because the effects are no longer there. However,
keyword.
Look at that. He got to Digivolve into that for
the sea Greymon, insane.
And then go back, because I have 2 or more, whatever, and then
So note to self, guys, if you're playing against Blue Flare, don't put 3 bodies on board.
Do not put 3 bodies.
Do not put 3 bodies on board.
That's all she wrote. I got second tonight. It was a gracious second. I felt very good about it. Great players. What a night. It was a blast.
It was a great night.
It was a
good night.
This is not how I expected my night to end.
You went 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and then 1-2 in the final.
Yeah.
So solid night against one of our top players in our scene. Yeah. For sure. So huge shout out to you. My guy, thank you so much for always being a willing participant on the channel.
Yeah.
We love having you. And, one of these days we're going to get you right here.
Right here.
For sure.
All right.
So.
Well, thanks again, guys. I think the next gameplay winner video we're going to have is hopefully the pre-release winner.
You're right.
From this weekend for BT12. So thanks for joining us. And cameras right there. We'll catch you in the next one.